Welcome back, everybody. We are out here, slightly different spot than usual. There's a ton of bait around, as is evident by the fact that I may have just got a hit on the big rod. I'm not sure yet. It's certainly looking that way. We'll roll the intro and I'll let you know if I catch anything. Guys, I think we might be on already. That bait just got out there. What could this possibly be? So we've got cut bait on the spinning rod, and then we've got 2 whole live bunker on the big rod. That rod tip took a couple pretty aggressive. Ooh! I think I may have seen a shadow. I'm not sure. We're on. Big hit. Maybe. Dropped it. It's more like a catfish to me. Hang on. No, he dropped it. Well, while we sit here and wait on a bite, it was Halloween on Monday. I know it's past, but go ahead and put in the comments, what was you guys' costumes this year? I'm actually wearing part of mine right now. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Marvel fan. I like Venom, so that was me. It was a lot of fun. Did all that artwork by myself. Something's thinking about happening. Come on. Just do it. Come on. Bait might be coming back. Yeah, y'all missed it. It was crazy. Like, if you heard all the bait, as soon as I moved down here a little closer to the finger pier, right behind me, it went dead quiet. It was so weird. So yeah, what were you guys for Halloween? If you celebrate Halloween, what did you guys go as this year? I'd be really curious to hear that. Make up your mind, would you? I'm thinking that's probably, no, that is not. It's not the bunker, but it's nothing big enough. Like, that's not a bite. That's just. I'll just show you. So you guys see how the rod tip, it's just doing that? Like, it's not really enough to pick up the rod and try and set the hook, but something's definitely down there. Just kind of messing with it. Or making them nervous. I don't know. keep an eye on it though. You know, as warm as the weather got the past couple days, I'm not above suspecting that's a crab down there messing with it. I mean, I kind of put the line between my fingers and just felt the way it was pulling. And it felt very... It didn't feel like a bite. It felt... The movements felt more sharp. It wasn't like a thump. It was like a... Something grabbed it. If you guys fish around here and you saw a rod tip movement like that, I'm curious to know what would you guys do? Am I missing a chance here, or am I right to be patient? I mean, I saw what the rod tip did when I got a bite over there. And it was night and day more aggressive than that. And since we're sitting here waiting on a bite, I guess I might as well tell you guys one of my craziest fishing stories. So, I may have told this story before on the channel. I can't remember. It may have been in an update video. But last summer, before the channel really started getting serious and I really started uploading frequently, I went on a summer training. We took some of our yard patrol craft kind of up the coast. And our first stop was up in Boston. And if you know anything about Boston in July, they got big striper up there. I'm talking massive fish. I took an Uber to this little hole-in-the-wall tackle shop, bought some sandworms, a cheap rod and reel, some 5/0 circle hooks, and a bobber. And brought them back to the pier, took one cast out as far as I could get it, and just let it sit. Not 15 minutes later, bobber goes under, pick up the slack, set the hook, and the next thing I know, this fish is running me under the dock, rod is doubled over. And I know it was a cheap rod, but it was still like a 6'6" or a 7-foot medium heavy spinning rod. And this fish had this thing doubled over. And I finally fight it out. I get it up to the surface, and this striper is massive. Absolutely gigantic. I think it was somewhere around 35 inches long, every bit of 25, maybe 30 pounds. It was a big fish. But there's a catch. On the pier was sitting about 10 to 12 feet above the water. And my line had been rubbing up against barnacles and God knows what else on these pilings. So I didn't have a prayer at getting this fish up. Soon as we got its head up above the water, line snapped and it was gone. But a couple days later, me and a buddy take a walk away from the pier and we end up in this park that sits right by one of the local law enforcement water stations. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but there were other people fishing. And he hooks, I won't include his, oh, hang on. Story's gonna have to go. Look at all the bunker, you guys see them? Hang on. Can you guys see? All of the bunkers swimming right by my feet. Keep going. Every once in a while it'll act like it wants to go off again. I could throw a cast net down there and catch a bunch of them. My rod wasn't sitting right here. Oh no. God damn it. Oh, don't be tangled around this. You are, aren't you? Please tell me you're just over it and not around it. Nope, you're around it. You son of a bitch. I think I might have bigger problems. Anyway, back to the story. My buddy, I'm not gonna put his face up because, you know, internet, all that. Anyway, there's his fish, and we did get a nice release shot of it. I might put a little snippet of that in too. It was a nice fish, about 15 pounds. While he's fighting that, I see the school of them chasing it. I'm like, oh, dude, leave it out there. I'm like, I'm gonna throw my bait in there and I'll get one. Literally a second after my bait hits the water, the biggest fish in the school just crushed it. And so we had a nice doubleheader, and that was mine. I don't know for sure because I didn't have a scale or a tape measure, but I'm estimating it to be over 30 inches and close to 25, maybe 30. Maybe one of you guys that fishes for striper a little bit more can kind of help me out with that, because I've only ever caught 2 fish of that caliber, and one of them I didn't even get to hold. Which is why when I caught the 8-pounder recently, I was so excited because it's the second biggest one I've ever landed. And for those of you who missed that video, go check it out. It was a fun time. Anywho, the waiting game continues.